Hi guys, I'm going to take you through the beginning bit of your regular yoga class. So we're just going to literally do all the mobilising that we do at the start of the class. So we're going to start off reclined, so come down onto your backs, have your feet about hip width apart. Place your hands on your belly, palms down. Start to feel your shoulders relaxing into the ground. And we're just going to take a few moments just breathing into the belly. So allow your back to come into its natural arch. So we've got that gentle curve between the small of the back and the ground. And just start to focus on drawing the breath down, so as you inhale you can feel the belly rising up into the hands. As you exhale it should just gently draw back down. And start to feel that your body's relaxing with every exhale, just allowing the tension to move out from the muscles, any tightness, any clenching that you've been doing during the day. As you inhale, you're visualising that you're charging up your energy, we're drawing all this oxygen into the body. So we're just going to take a few moments just to allow our breath to become a little bit deeper, a little bit more natural. Okay, start to be aware of the contact that you've got through the soles of the feet, so just gently spread your toes out. Feel that you've got an even pressure from the heel to the ball of the big toe and to the ball of the little toe. And then just gently lift and lower your toes. Just lift them up, place them back down. Okay, and then allow them to soften, but feel that you're spreading them out gently against the floor. We're going to bring our awareness back to our pelvic area now, our lower back, our belly, our hips. I'm going to start to do some gentle pelvic tilt. So you're literally just rolling the hips in, flattening the back, and then gently rolling and arching the back. And we're just going to keep this going, feeling that you're making the movement a little bit bigger each time. So you're just starting to increase the range of motion. Start to squeeze your buttock muscles gently and brace your feet down into the floor. So we're making the movement a little bit higher now. We're just starting to lift and rock the hips. Now keeping your lower back flat to the ground, draw both of the knees in towards the chest and just give them a little hug, just draw them in towards you. Hold it still for a breath or two. And then if that feels comfortable, we're going to start to circle the knees around. So you're just massaging the muscles of the lower back using the flatness of the ground. Taking the circles both directions. And then placing the feet back on the ground, but have them a little bit closer towards the bottom this time. Feet are about hip width apart, hips are facing straight up to the ceiling. And we're going to start to do some pelvic tilts, but we're going to make them a little bit bigger, bringing them into a bridge lift. So your hands are going to be flat down, roll the hips in and start to lift up. And then just roll back down through the spine. Imagine each time you're lifting a little bit more of the spine away from the ground. So we're gradually moving further and further up towards the shoulders. You're gently lifting from underneath using the glutes, so you're just lifting to support, but you're also bracing quite strongly into the soles of the feet. And we're feeling that we're just starting to open and extend through the hip flexors at the front here as well. Okay, now do maybe 2 or 3 more, but feel that you're really peeling the spine up, vertebrae after vertebrae, and then you're rolling through as you lower to the ground. Okay, and then on your next one, as we lift up, we're going to start to push the hips as high as we can now, so we're pressing straight up to the ceiling. Bringing the weight up into the shoulders. Now if it's comfortable, tuck your shoulders under, we're going to clasp the hands together and press the arms down. So we're just starting to increase the lift that we've got here now. Buttock muscles are supporting from underneath. Feet are still firmly planted. Make sure that your neck's comfortable, so we've got a nice space in the front of the throat. Feel that you're drawing your chest towards your chin, rather than trying to tuck your chin into your chest. And then just hold and breathe. At this point your hips are staying about hip width apart. Don't let them come too wide. Try not to let them press together. And then as you start to come out, we're going to release the hands, untuck the shoulders, And from the neck down, we're just going to roll slowly, vertebrae after vertebrae, all the way to the floor. As soon as your lower back hits the ground, just give your knees a little hug again. And then this time, stepping the feet to the ground, keeping the feet and the knees together. We're going to open our arms to the side, so your palms are facing up. Let your shoulders make contact with the floor as much as you can here. And very gently, we're going to roll left and right. Now you're trying to keep the knees and the feet together as you do this. If you can't quite reach the floor, don't worry, just go as far as your body will allow you to go. This is just really mobilising through the muscles of the lower body. You feel it particularly through these lateral muscles here, through the waist, maybe moving up into the chest. Okay, if you have got quite good range, good mobility, then obviously you can take the legs all the way down, but you're trying to keep your shoulders flat to the floor as you're rolling the lower body. So the upper body stays pretty fixed. It's the lower body that we're trying to move to start with. And then once you've done it a few times to either side, we're going to bring the legs back to centre. And we're now going to step the feet slightly apart, so you're just propping your knees against each other so that we can keep the legs still. We want to try and keep this part of the body pretty still now. Clasp your hands, reach your arms up, locking out your elbows and your wrists. We want the arms to stay straight as possible, and we're going to rock across the shoulders. So we're now trying to mobilise the thoracic spine area, which is basically any part of your vertebrae, part of your spine, that has a rib attached to it. Okay, so this is where we're trying to feel the movement, kind of around the middle upper back area. Let the head go with it as well, so you're allowing your neck to rotate from side to side. But you know, if it feels a little bit uncomfortable to start with, it sometimes can, because a lot of us are quite fixed and rigid in our thoracic spine. You know, go really slowly, just slow it right down. If it feels pretty comfortable, you can make the movement a little bit quicker and feel that you're rolling from one edge to the other from your shoulders. So you're trying to get as far across. Just make sure that you're not bending your elbows. If we start to allow the elbows and the wrists to bend, it just takes quite a lot of the effort out of the spine that we're trying to move, and it just puts it into the shoulders. But keep your arms locked. Okay, and then come back to centre. Draw your right knee into your chest. Stretch your left leg away from you. And just give that knee a little hug, just draw it gently in towards the body. Start to circle your right ankle. Really working into whatever range of motion you've got here. For some of us it can be quite limited, but we really need to have a good plantar and dorsiflexion so we can take the foot through a nice range. And we also need the mobility working around the ankle joint as well. If your ankles click in and pop in while you're doing this, don't worry, it's pretty normal. It's nothing to worry about unless it's painful when it's doing it. Okay, and then just taking it from here, we're going to relax the ankle, take a breath in, start to lift the body towards the knee, but rotate slightly to the side. So imagine you're bringing your left shoulder up and across, and then just hold it for a couple of breaths. Allow your neck to become quite soft, you don't want it tense. Okay, slowly release your body to the ground. We're going to change legs, so draw your left leg in, knee to chest, gentle hug to start with, stretch your right leg away, just circle the ankle. Okay, and then just point and flex. Let the ankle go floppy, deep breath in. Exhale, lift up, chest comes towards the thigh, and then we rotate slightly to the left side, so you're drawing your right shoulder across. Trying to feel that it's abdominal muscles that are lifting you up here as much as possible as well. Okay, and then come back to centre. Slowly release. Just taking it into a total stretch here, so point the toes away, reach the arms up and just lengthen and extend through the whole of the body. And then we're going to draw the knees back in, roll yourself into that little ball again. We're going to rock ourselves up to a seated position. So bracing through your core muscles, lift the head And just gently get your body rolling up and down the spine. It's a great way of just increasing circulation up and down the spine, muscles at the back. Quite a nice little abdominal strengthener as well, if you can do this without using too much momentum. So we're using our abdominals just to lift us up and lower us down. Okay, and then we're just going to come into a comfortable seated position. Allow your legs to relax, lengthen up through the spine, let your shoulders just drop down behind you, and just hold it and breathe.